Well, the City of Johannesburg will be celebrating 30 years of the Arts Alive International Festival at the Johannesburg Zoo in December. Now, over the past 30 years, the festival has created a safe space for artists to use art as a tool of expression. Well, to tell us more about this year's program, we're joined by Ntshuxeko Manganye, who is the Deputy Director of Arts, Culture and Heritage at the City of Johannesburg. Ntshuxeko, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us on our program this morning. Just very quickly, talk to us about the festival, 30 years of celebrating arts and creativity in the City of Johannesburg. Talk to us about when this started and what was the desired outcome of it all.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me. Yes, so this year we are celebrating, 30 years of the Arts Alive, which is 30 years of just, creativity and artistic excellence. And it's commendable, as the City of Johannesburg, to have had this flagship program for like 30 years, to have ensured that for the past 30 years, the art is celebrated, the artists are celebrated, the communities, are offered, these arts programs for them to enjoy, for them to learn from, and just to make sure that resources are allocated, to this program for the past 30 years. For me, it is incredible.
I mean, looking at the program that we know started in October already, it's so inclusive, it's so diverse. What went into ensuring that there's representation across the board? Because we've got people living with disabilities, we've got young learners, we've got, jazz lovers, all kinds of artistry, all kinds of creative offering that Johannesburg has being represented throughout the program. So just talk to us about how, you went through creating and curating this program.
So yes, you are very right in what you are saying. I think the Arts Alive, festival in and of itself has sort of like evolved in the past years, ensuring that it is representative of how diverse, the art fraternity is, because there is just a lot, of sectors and a lot of genres within, each subsector. So what we have done that has become very helpful and very key to this program is partnerships that we have within the sector. So we work with people that are working within the industry that are already doing work, that are already doing something in the space, to ensure that we expand our reach, to ensure that we don't duplicate efforts, and to ensure that whatever resource that we have from our side and their side goes a long way when we pull, these resources together. So we've been working a lot with, partnerships, and those have helped us to ensure that there is the diversity that you are talking about, and that we are able to have, various activities that if it was just us as the City of Johannesburg, we would not be able to, to do it, because, we are administrators, we are sitting within the local government, but basically the creatives are the ones that are working within the industry. So that is one of the key contributors to how the program is looking.
I think while it's great that we have this, standalone event that is celebrating the creativity that the city has to offer, questions have to be asked about what happens outside of the program for the remainder of the year. We know that a lot of these artists, a lot of these creatives were impacted in a very devastating manner because of COVID-19. Many of them really struggled to make ends meet and really struggled to make a living. How is the city supporting artists and what they do, which really, amplifies our lives? How is the city helping to support them?
Yeah. So I think one of the things that I would like to mention or to point out is the fact that historically the Arts Alive Festival used to happen during the month of September, ushering in the Heritage Month. So from the 1st of September to the end of September, the activities would take place. Now we have extended the program from September to the end of December. So for the last quarter of the year, you will see activities. We'll see an injection in economic activity as a result of this festival. But outside of the Arts Alive, as the City of Johannesburg Arts, Culture and Heritage, we have other programs. Our programs actually run throughout the year. Like, for instance, we've got the other programs that will happen during the Youth Month, during the Africa Month, and even others, especially capacity building programs that will be happening basically throughout the year. They may not be as publicized as Atalive is, but there are programs that are taking place, throughout. We ensure that whatever little resources that we have allocated, when we're teaming up with partners, we are able, to ensure that we are supporting, the artists throughout the year. And I think, towards like April, May, June, you will get, another huge hype around, the Africa Month and around Youth Month, even though the other activities as well are happening, but you will find that they're not, as hyped up as these big flagship activities are.
Now, this year's Arts Alive Festival is culminating with the Jazz in the Lights sort of event that's happening on the 16th of December. Talk to us about that. That's very interesting in the sense that as a city, it's almost as if you're wanting to pay ode to jazz as a genre and its own sort of unique cultural influence that it's had in South Africa and the music that we enjoy today.
Yes, and it is very interesting, that, I think, contrary to popular belief that maybe jazz is for the old, and all that. I think we have seen, diverse audiences coming through, to jazz events and all of that. And yes, we are basically closing the festival this year with a bang, with the Jazz in the Lights, which is happening in conjunction with the Festival of Lights that the Joburg Theatres is having, at the zoo. So it is going to be an amazing day of family where you will get this whole package of the Jazz in the Lights. You have the package of just visiting the zoo, and having a great time, in the zoo gardens, and you will be able to enjoy the music as well. So we've got, packages for families, for them to be able to come through, prices, normal prices, for tickets, prices for pensioners and for children, to make sure that families are able to go out there and to enjoy and to just wrap up the year that was.
All right. Well, Ntshuxeko, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us on our platform this morning. That is, of course, our guest there talking to us. That's Deputy Director of the Arts, Culture and Heritage of the City of Johannesburg, Manganye, talking to us there about the Art Festival.